Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It has been a while since we've recorded any updates or anything since Sterling was born, so I'm really excited to kind of tell you guys my whole labor story and give you guys a 1 month update. Yeah, I can't believe he literally is 1 year old already. So, his original due date was February, what am I talking about? 4/20, April 20th, and a couple weeks before I was due, I found out they actually changed it to the 23rd. So when the week of the 20th came around, I was like, okay, there's no way he's coming out. It's gonna be next week. I'm not dilated, anything. So on the 19th, I did my makeup like normal with you guys. I was planning on making my next live, like, could this be the last live and everything? Well, surprise, surprise. So 4:20 at 4 a.m. I wake up with like a sharp pain and I run to the bathroom and I had my first contraction. It was like right around 4 a.m. So I wake up Liam, I'm like, babe, I think like this is it. Like this hurts, you know what I mean? Because I felt like the Braxton Hicks and stuff like that before, but it was bad. So I wake him up, I get the shower on because I'm remembering, okay, the doctor says if I feel my first one, go make a shower, go relax in the shower and see like if they keep coming. So every few minutes I am grabbing the wall and stopping like in so much pain. I was like, all right, let me get in the shower. I couldn't even take a shower. I'm like, something's not right. Like this hurts. Like I remember all these stories saying that they come, they go. They start soft, they get worse. So I go run and sit on the toilet and I'm having like another one. And I call the doctor. I'm like, hey, when am I supposed to go to the hospital? Because I think I'm having contractions. And she's like, well, you want to have 4 an hour and they won't be bad enough that you like have to breathe through them. And I'm like, well, I know I'm kind of like I have a low pain tolerance, but I've literally been like breathing through them since like the first one. I'm like, and I don't understand how to calculate it because I feel like they just keep happening. She's like, well, they could be irregular your first hour, so just wait. So I only wait like 30 minutes. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, Liam, we need to go. Like, I don't understand how these contractions are working and they really hurt. So we have to drive an hour to Sarasota. But we also had to stop first to get my epidural paperwork that I left at the unit because I did not think I was going to have the baby like the day it was due. So we drive to my unit, grab the paperwork, and the whole time I swear I'm like silent. I'm just like holding his hand, breathing, because these contractions like feel like they just keep coming. Like I just don't understand how they work. So we drive, we finally get to the hospital at 6:30, and I tell you, I've never been so silent in the car ever in my life. I just remember sitting there and I would just breathe through them, and the less bad ones I was excited for. But I was like literally I was having such bad contractions that I feel like I was fighting myself the entire time. I just remember like trying to not push my abs in when my body was telling me to. So we pull up to the emergency entrance, and as they're getting me out with a wheelchair, my water breaks right there. And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, babe, this fucking hurts. Like, this is bad. Like, and in my mind, I'm like, this is gonna get worse. Like, I can't even imagine. So they get me in a wheelchair and they wheel me to the first room. Then this is the only time they have Liam and I separate because they want to ask some questions like, is he okay to be here? Are you here on your own free will? I'm like, yes. So they get me into like the examination room. And I'm like, I need to pee. So I run over to this makeshift toilet and I'm thinking, is this where I'm gonna have my baby? Because like I've never really been to a hospital before. I'm like, is the like maternity ward this shitty? But no, it was not. It was just like the temporary one. So they get me on the table, I like strip off all my clothes and they check. They're like, we need to take you upstairs now. And I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, you're like fully dilated, like 10 centimeters, like we see his head. So they get me back in the wheelchair and I can't even sit. I'm telling you, like I cannot even sit on my wheelchair. I remember like sitting sideways like this, having them wheel me because it was just so much pressure. So they get me into the room. They're like, just start pushing. And I'm like, what? So they got me on the table and I was pushing. And as I was getting in, I was like, can I get my epidural? And they're like, you don't have time for an epidural. And I'm thinking like, how is this possible? Like I never heard that it could just start happening this fast. So they get me on the table and they're just like, push when your contractions come. And in between the contractions, the lady's trying to put the IV in me. Like I don't even know who these people are yet. I didn't even get my own doctors because I didn't have time to tell them. And literally by the time I was up in that last room, within 15 minutes, Sterling was born. So 4 a.m. everything started. 7:16 he was out of my chest. So that was crazy, and I have to say, it hurts doing it natural. It was the most painful experience of my life, but I can say I expected it to be worse, which I know sounds weird, but like it wasn't as bad as I guess it could have been in my mind. But man, I will never forget the feeling of the lady's fingers going around his head while it was still inside me, with like Vaseline lubing him up to get him out. Whew. But so at this point, my legs are still spread. I'm holding the baby. We pushed the placenta out, which Liam did make sure to get for me. So they had to ice it and put it on a bag for my lady, because we didn't even have time to get like a cooler for it. And then they had these two strange guys come in, these surgeons, and start stitching up inside. Because I guess I didn't rip on the outside like people normally do. I ripped on the inside. So I'm spread eagle. These two strange men with, like, I swear both their hands must have been in there. And I'm trying not to look because I'm scared of needles and whatever. But I see this, like, coming up. And I'm like, how many stitches are you guys doing? And he's like, one continuous stitch. I'm like, okay, I know, like, it's one continuous stitch, but how many times do you, like, loop in that thing? So I never found out, but they did 2 spots inside of me. So that was fun. But after that, it was smooth sailing. Like, we were in that room till 10 a.m. They moved us to our new room. Oh, and they checked me in finally. So I officially got checked in after giving birth. Then everything was smooth after that. Sterling's head was, like, really inflated. I'm sure I'm putting pictures here as I'm editing, so you guys will get to see everything. And at first I was like, oh my god, he is not cute. But then I realized he, like, defluffed, and I'm like, okay, not so bad. But yeah, so that is my birth story. Like, every time a nurse came in, they could not believe that it was my first kid. They could not believe it only took 3 hours, and how big he was. He was born 8 pounds, 6 ounces, and 21 inches long. So they were shocked that he came out naturally and as fast as he did. I'm like, oh good, records. I don't want to hear that. I want to, like, have, like, an easy 6-pounder and have him pop out. But it's so funny because everywhere we go now, people are like, oh, how was the labor? Liam, like, it was so fast and easy. And I'm like, fast? Yes. Easy? What the fuck are you thinking? Like, no. But it's just funny how he likes to describe it. But it went really good. I could have asked for, like, a faster experience. I mean, we were in the hospital. We left after 24 hours. So it wasn't bad. The food, for all the hype I got about this hospital, the food was not matching the food hype like people said it was. But that's okay. But yeah, so there is the labor story. One and done for sure now. I do not want to experience that again. But yeah, so he is a month old now. I can't wait to have these pictures pop up that I'm probably about to show you right now. But he is now 10 pounds, 11 ounces, and he's 23.5 inches. So he gained, whatever, almost 2 pounds, and he grew 2.5 inches in 1 month. So it makes sense why he eats so freaking much. Like, he is a hungry hippo. But we're really happy, we're really excited, and I can't wait to show you guys him in these next clips. Look who I found. Say hi. Say hi. Someone we just changed because he had his big poops. He poops nice. Ooh. But here he is. 1 month old. Say hi. Hi. Oh, look at you. Said hi. Good boy. You're getting so big, aren't you? Look at that face. Hi. So yes, he's officially about 6 weeks old. My checkup is on Wednesday for me, but he's doing super good. Look how big he is. Look at that little pot belly. You a happy little clam? Yeah, he's a happy little clam. Yeah? He just woke up. Oh man. We're gonna feed you in just a second because you're a good boy. And this is for Liam because he's gonna be watching this at some point. Hello, little Wookie. You are so cute. Would you like a little Wookie bottle? A little Wookie? Oh no, you don't like the voice anymore? Say hi. Say hi. Oh, there we go. Right, guys. So there is everything, our 1 month update. I'm trying to think what else you guys might ask. He has a witching hour at night. But, oh, the past 3 days he slept for 6 hours straight. So that's awesome, right? He goes to nice sleeps now. Ooh, where you go? Oh, and spits up nice. Yay! Hey. Alright guys, thank you so much for hearing my birth story. I know this was a short video, but definitely overdue, so I'm really happy. Let me know in the comments what you want next. I was thinking of doing, hold on. Our favorite, tools that help us with the baby, like our favorite like bottle cleaner and things like that. But you let me know what you guys want to see, and till next time.